I thought take things outside for a little bit of a thinky vlog. Some shit like that anyway. I'm working on utilising the Jeeliz Library recently, and just experimenting in general, just doing like a little random experimental project. Trying to look into like augmented reality a bit more, and the purpose of the video I wanted to talk about encoding when you understand something a bit. Like, I don't know, this is going to be a bit rambling vlog probably, but I find that whenever I'm coding anything, I have at least, if I've got familiarity, then I'll have at least 80% knowledge of what's going on. But in terms of what I see is going on with the surface, no. It's just, it's like a tinkering thing. It's a tinkering process, I think. So it's a creative process, really. It's creative. It's a creative process, coding, because you, like, half it is throwing some fucking words and syntax and hoping something sticks. That's probably a lot of it, really. It's just, I mean, obviously you get like you do get a knowledge for what works and patterns and everything after a certain amount of time, which is an ongoing process, really. There's always some new paradigm to learn or some new, like pattern to learn. I'm trying to learn a lot more about that at the minute, actually. Like, I feel like I feel like I understand parts of it, and I've even put into practice probably parts of common design patterns, but when it comes to actually explaining them or trying to verbalise it, it's really hard. Something I need to work on, I guess. Programming itself is such an abstract language, so the language used to describe all of it, it's so technical and so jargony and so robotic in a way, mechanistic, that it can be quite hard to really sometimes just verbalise and explain those things to. Because I mean, I guess as developers and programmers, we speak our own language. You know, like I don't know, library, framework, JSON, Redux, component library, dependency tree, DOM. Like, if you ask, even DOM, something like DOM, if you just said DOM to like 90% of people in reference to web development, and not like developers obviously, but people who are not developers, they're going to be, what's a DOM? What's a DOM? Probably going to think it was a BDSM or or something like that, BDSM, or I don't know, like, I don't know what else could be, really. I'm a DOM. Document object model, I mean, not the sexual dynamic of BDSM. Anyway, rapidly moving on. I don't know what this vlog's about. I just wanted to do like a quote-unquote funny vlog talking about how complicated programming is. Like, but it's still interesting. Like, I mean, the main reason we do the programming as well, really, let's be honest, is like we want an end result. The process itself is fun. Like I said, like I'm doing this, I'll probably put some of the VR coding I'm doing in a minute, the AR coding. I'm just messing around. Like, literally, I'm just throwing, at the minute I'm just using Jeeliz and just throwing random bits of Three.js code and seeing what happens. Just because it's nice to see something. I mean, like the first time you ever write your first Hello World program is a very rewarding moment. Like, in programming, first time you ever draw something on screen is very rewarding. First time you ever make some sort of shitty web game, it's rewarding. It's like you're making something out of nothing. It's just like intoxicating in a sense. So yeah, I'm just at a camp now in Russia. That's why I'm in this sort of wooden hut. I'm leaving in a week. I've been here for 11 weeks now, going stir crazy. So I'm just literally walking around, just recording myself talking bollocks. I know I'm not saying much really. I'm just sort of wanted to do a vlog where I just we looked at the reasons why coding. I'm talking shit. In the will to program, you've got to understand why I first started doing it, which is to make cool shit, to make cool stuff happen, to make interesting things happen. That's why I'm thinking, especially when you're looking for jobs and stuff, it's quite important to look for something who's going to motivate you, you're going to find interesting. I think I've talked about this a bit in my last blog, but maybe not at first, but get your base knowledge into place. But certainly I think finding something that's very interesting, an area or niche area, is really useful. The thing I'm trying to really develop in now is the web VR, web AR stuff, because it's a development area. Everyone's talking about the Metaverse at the minute, so that seems to be quite a hot topic. And all the big tech companies are sort of chasing that dream of the Metaverse. So it's good a time as any to get into it. And there's so many frameworks and libraries available now for VR and AR development. I think AR is probably going to take off more than VR, but that's such a rehashed point that I don't think I really need to go into it anymore. Everyone says that, really. So it's a consensus opinion at this point that AR is going to be bigger than VR. I'm sort of just messing around with. I want to actually really create a webcam. So if it takes a camera feed and somehow warps your face, that's not too difficult to do, I don't think, with Jeeliz and some other associated libraries. But I'm trying to just mess around with this, like, Jeeliz Library and Three JS stuff at the minute and just see what I can do. Like, the only thing I've done at the minute is like there's a model, a geometry of like a face, and then it just tracks the face, your face on the webcam, and outputs just follows you around with a wireframe, which is sort of interesting, but doesn't have any actual application. So I don't know. I'm trying to think, like, how can I fuck around with do with it, I guess. But obviously that requires at first to get used to using 3JS with Jeeliz Library, so I'm just exploring that as well at the minute. So yeah, I think all coding is just like a mixture of diving into the docs, fucking and screwing around a bit really, and just seeing what happens. Just throwing it like a monkey throwing a spanner into a machine and just see what happens. I mean, I guess fire was only invented by some monkey, or some early man, I guess, proto-human, just banging two stones together and going and seeing a spark. One spark, and then it creates a fire, eventually, in the engine. There's a metaphor for you. Let's continue this ramble. Actually, you know what? I'm going to just ramble for ages, because why not? Metaverse, like, this is the thing that everyone's talking about at the minute. This sort of world with information overlaying on top of it. So it's sort of advanced AR technology, I guess. Like, I mean, we've obviously got some of this. That's my understanding, but anyway, I've not really read into it much. But we've already sort of got this, like games like Pokemon Go. We've got use location-based. They like track your location and it's all mapped. And also this other game I play a lot actually called Orna, which is worth checking out. So I'll link to it, I guess, and show some footage from it. But Orna's really cool. It's like an RPG that's based in GPS geolocation game. And like, I wonder how they'll implement, because obviously Facebook's big behind this Metaverse thing. So I wonder how they'll implement social networking and the social side of it with AR and stuff. I don't know really. I mean, I guess obviously I don't know. There's lots of different functions. Like, I'm stumped. In terms of projects at the minute, just bringing it back to my shit. I've got Noir Nights to finish off now, which is almost there. I just need to have I think I'm just going to finish it off when I get back home to the UK, because I need to do a few more drawings for it, but I just want to do it when I've got a little free weekend or something, and then I just need to tidy up a few bits and bobs here and there. But anyway, that's that. It's webcam stuff. Pac-Man game I'm going to work on again eventually, and just tidy that up. Maybe I'll leave it at that, because I don't want to ramble on for too long. I might do more of these little vlogs where I just sort of go off on one and just no topic, freestyle. Is it cringe? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it completely ill-advised? What do you think? Also, I'm shaking around a lot as well, because I haven't got one of those fucking stealthy stick shit things, because I'm not an absolute tool, I guess. No, I'm joking. So I'll end this vlog with some questions. So for, obviously like I said, I'm looking into like AR and VR dev at the minute. So I just discovered Love Art, which is from Games from Scratch. I think posted up a video which I found it on. So I've been messing with that a bit, and that's pretty cool. I mean, one thing I do actually want to do is create a wireframe maze with that. Like I've got it so that it can render out 3 cubes and stuff. I'll just show you some footage of that, but not really dived into it any further than that, like complex like buildings and interior buildings and stuff. So I might do that, I think, as a project eventually. Soon I will have a lot of spare time, well, for a while anyway, because I'm going back to the UK and I'm jobless at the minute until I find something. I have got some stuff in the pipeline which is good, but it's not guaranteed yet, so probably have like a week or two to at least, if not a month, to back around on projects and do some creative coding projects, which will be fun, I think. Camp itself's been alright. Like I've done interactive fiction projects. There's a Record Out Stories website you can visit, which has a bunch of the interactive fiction projects I made with some of the kids. I think there's about 8 or 10 new ones I've done, so you can check that out if you like. Don't know what else to say. This has been a rambling, incoherent, jumping to topic vlog. Bye. Like and subscribe. Most of my content isn't this. Most of my content is tutorials or like thinking videos, I suppose. But this is just a stream of consciousness. Bit of a change in gear on the channel. Anyway, bye.